The cold November wind whips across my face as I stand outside French Laundry. My Louboutin heels click against the pavement, each step echoing my determination. Through the restaurant's window, I can see them laughing. Mike's hand rests too casually on Ashley's arm, just like it always does at these Silicon Valley gatherings. My fingers tighten around the USB drive in my coat pocket. Tonight, their perfect little world will shatter. I check my reflection in the window, sleek black Chanel dress, perfectly styled hair, red lips curved in a practiced smile. The hostess recognizes me immediately. "Ms. Kim, your table is ready." I follow her through the dimly lit interior, past tables of tech executives and venture capitalists. The air is heavy with the scent of truffle and aged wine. My heart pounds against my rib cage, but my face remains composed. Years of navigating Silicon Valley's corporate landscape have taught me how to wear masks. I spot them at the corner table, the perfect power couple. Ashley, the Instagram influencer with her $1 million smile. And Mike, my company's CTO, the man who thought he could steal everything from me. They don't notice me yet. They're too absorbed in their own little performance. Ashley throws her head back, laughing at something Mike says. Her diamond bracelet catches the light, the one I know he bought with stolen money. My money. My company. My trust. The hostess pulls out my chair at the adjacent table. The sound finally catches their attention. I watch as recognition dawns in their eyes. Ashley's perfectly manicured hand freezes mid-gesture. Mike's smile falters for just a fraction of a second. "Sarah," he manages, his voice carefully neutral. I smile back, all teeth and cold eyes. "What a lovely surprise," I say, though we all know it's anything but. My voice carries just enough to draw attention from nearby tables. Silicon Valley loves its drama, after all. Ashley shifts uncomfortably in her seat. Her Instagram perfect pose cracks just slightly. She knows what day it is. 1 year ago, at the Stanford Tech Innovation Summit, she humiliated me in front of everyone. The champagne was expensive. The video went viral. #Silicon Valley drama trended for days. I let them stew in their discomfort as I order a glass of Cabernet. My phone buzzes with a text from David. "Everything's ready." I take a slow sip of wine, savoring the moment. The restaurant fills with more familiar faces. Tech CEOs, venture capitalists, journalists. All here for the annual Silicon Valley investment dinner. All about to witness what happens when you underestimate the wrong person. Ashley keeps glancing at me nervously. She's wearing Valentino, my favorite designer. Another calculated jab, just like everything else she does. Mike pretends to be engrossed in his phone. I can see his leg bouncing under the table. He knows something's wrong, but he can't figure out what. The S. Amelier appears with my wine. "Perfect timing," I murmur. I raise my glass in their direction. "To new beginnings." Ashley's face pales slightly. She remembers those words. They're exactly what she said before throwing champagne in my face a year ago. The memory burns, but I keep smiling. My phone lights up with another text. This one's from Sarah, my lawyer. "SEC agents in position." I take another sip of wine. The restaurant's ambient noise fades as I focus on my targets. Mike's trying to appear confident, but his collar is damp with sweat. Ashley's Instagram-worthy smile is strained at the edges. They think they know what's coming. They have no idea. I watch as more investors arrive. Each one stops by their table. Mike's the golden boy of Silicon Valley, after all. The genius CTO who helped build my company. The man everyone admires. For now. I check my watch, vintage Cartier, a reminder of better days. Almost time. The restaurant is at full capacity now. The annual investment dinner is about to begin. I can see reporters from TechCrunch and Bloomberg settling in. Perfect. My phone buzzes one last time. David's message is simple, live stream ready. I stand, smoothing my dress. The USB drive feels heavy in my pocket. Walking to the center of the room, I tap my glass gently. The sound rings out, drawing all eyes to me. Mike's face shows the first real flash of fear. He knows my patterns. Knows I never draw attention unless I have something devastating planned. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin. My voice carries easily through the hushed room. I'd like to propose a toast. Ashley's knuckles are white around her wine glass. To innovation, I continue. To trust. I pull out my phone, pressing a single button. The restaurant's screens flicker to life. I'd paid the manager handsomely for this privilege. And to consequences. The first document appears on the screens. Bank transfers. Offshore accounts. User data sales to foreign entities. Mike's face drains of all color. The room erupts in whispers. I'm not done. More documents appear. Emails between Mike and Ashley, dating back 18 months. Plans to undermine me. Strategies to steal company secrets. Evidence of their affair, long before the champagne incident. Ashley's perfect mask crumbles. Someone gasps. A camera flashes. I stay focused, my voice steady. 1 year ago, I was humiliated in front of our entire community. The famous champagne video plays on the screens. But that wasn't the real betrayal. More documents appear. Proof of Mike's data theft. Evidence of insider trading. Ashley's involvement in corporate espionage. The room is dead silent now. I can see SEC agents moving into position. The real betrayal, I continue, was thinking I wouldn't fight back. Mike stands abruptly, his chair scraping against the floor. This is all lies, he sputters. But his face tells a different story. I turn. After all, I've learned from the best. I've learned from them. And I've learned to be better. To be stronger. To be unstoppable. The wind whispers through the trees. Carrying secrets. Carrying promises. Carrying the weight of what's to come. I smile into the darkness. Let them come. I'm not afraid anymore. I am the storm. The morning after my revenge unfolds like a slow-motion dream. Sunlight streams through my bedroom windows, casting long shadows across Italian marble floors. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since dawn. TechCrunch's headline screams, Silicon Valley's biggest betrayal, AI CEO exposes corporate espionage. I scroll through the notifications with detached interest. LinkedIn messages from fellow CEOs. Twitter mentions exploding by the second. Hashtag Silicon Valley takedown is still trending. The doorbell rings, echoing through my empty house. I know who it is before I open the door. Sarah stands there, legal documents in hand, looking impeccable in her Armani suit. "The SEC wants to talk," she says, stepping inside. Her heels click against the marble, a rhythm I've grown accustomed to. They're moving faster than we expected. I lead her to my home office, where morning light bathes everything in gold. The view of Stanford's campus stretches out below, a reminder of where it all began. "How bad is it?" I ask, though I already know. Sarah spreads the documents across my desk. Mike's looking at federal charges. Ashley's sponsors are pulling out by the hour. Her voice is clinical, detached. Just how I need it to be. My computer pings with another news alert. This time it's from Bloomberg. Tech giant stock plummets amid scandal. I should feel something. Satisfaction maybe. Or guilt. Instead, there's just a hollow calm. Their lawyers will fight back, Sarah warns. "Let them," I reply, my voice steady. The morning sun catches my wedding ring, still on my finger. A prop in this elaborate play. I twist it off, placing it on the desk. It makes a small sound against the wood, like a full stop at the end of a sentence. Sarah watches me carefully. "Are you ready for phase 2? I nod, turning to face the window. Silicon Valley spreads out before me, a maze of tech campuses and startup dreams. My phone buzzes again. A text from David, "Turn on CNBC." I grab the remote, and Mike's face fills my wall-mounted screen. He's being led out of his Atherton mansion in handcuffs. Ashley's nowhere to be seen. The news ticker scrolls endlessly, breaking: FBI raids tech executives' home. Data breach implications could affect millions. Stock market responds to Silicon Valley scandal. Sarah's already typing on her laptop, preparing statements. "The board wants an emergency meeting," she says. Of course they do. They're scared. They should be. I walk to my kitchen, my bare feet silent against the floor. The coffee machine hums to life, a familiar comfort. Through the window, I spot the first news van parking outside my gate. They're like vultures, circling the carnage. My security system chimes. Another car at the gate. The camera feed shows Ashley's red Tesla. Her perfect makeup can't hide her desperation. I press the intercom button. "Go home, Ashley." Her voice crackles through the speaker, broken and raw. "Please, we need to talk. We needed to talk a year ago. Before you threw champagne in my face. Before you helped Mike steal my company. Before you tried to destroy me." Silence fills the line. Then, "I'm sorry." I laugh, the sound echoing through my empty house. Sorry doesn't fix betrayal. I watch her cry in her car, mascara running. The perfect Instagram influencer, finally showing her true face. My coffee machine beeps. I turn away from the screen, letting her sit there. Let the paparazzi get their pictures. Let them see her fall apart. Sarah appears in the kitchen doorway. "The SEC's here." I take a sip of my coffee, savoring the bitter taste. Show them in. 2 agents in dark suits enter my kitchen. They look out of place among my minimalist decor. Ms. Kim, the older one, begins. We have some questions about last night's events. I gesture to my dining table, all glass and chrome. I have answers. For the next 2 hours, I walk them through everything. The data theft. The corporate espionage. The carefully documented betrayal. They take notes, faces impassive. Professional to the core. My phone keeps buzzing. David sends updates from the office. The board is in chaos. Investors are demanding answers. Through it all, I remain calm. This is just the beginning. The agents finally leave, taking copies of my evidence. Sarah stays behind, reviewing our next steps. The press conference is at 2, she reminds me. I nod, already planning my outfit. Appearance matters in Silicon Valley. Especially now. I head upstairs to change. My closet is a testament to success. Designer labels line the walls. Each piece carefully chosen for power. I select a white Tom Ford suit. Clean lines. Sharp edges. No room for weakness. As I dress, my mind wanders to the past. To the day I met Mike. To the moment I hired him. To all the signs I ignored. The mirror reflects someone different now. Someone harder. Colder. Stronger. My phone rings again. This time it's my mother. I saw the news, she says in Korean. Are you okay? I'm fine, Mom. I'm better than fine. She's quiet for a moment. You've changed, she finally says. She's right. I have changed. The old me died the day Ashley threw that champagne. This new version doesn't break. Doesn't forgive. Doesn't forget. I hang up and check the time. The press conference looms closer. Sarah returns with more updates. Mike's being denied bail. Ashley's follower count is dropping by the thousands. Their perfect world is burning. And I'm just watching it happen. The morning bleed. DS into afternoon. I stand in my foyer, ready to face the cameras. Sarah gives me one last briefing. Stick to the statement. Don't show emotion. Let the evidence speak for itself. I step outside into the California sun. Cameras flash like lightning. Reporters shout questions. I walk to my waiting car, head high. The driver opens the door. I slide into cool leather seats. As we pull away, I catch a glimpse of Ashley. She's still sitting in her Tesla. Still waiting. Still hoping. I turn away. The past is behind me now. The future stretches ahead. Full of possibilities. Full of power. Full of revenge. The car glides through Palo Alto streets. Toward the press conference. Toward my next move. Toward victory. I'm ready. I've always been ready. They just never saw me coming. The game isn't over. It's just beginning. And this time, I make the rules. The press conference feels like a battlefield. Camera flashes explode like artillery fire. Microphones thrust forward like weapons. I stand at the podium, my white suit gleaming under harsh lights. "Good afternoon," I begin, my voice steady. The room falls silent, hungry for every word. Behind me, a massive screen displays our company logo. In front, a sea of journalists clutch their notebooks. Their eyes remind me of sharks circling prey. Last night, we exposed a betrayal. My words echo through the conference room. Not just of our company, but of trust itself. The cameras click frantically. I can see the live stream numbers climbing on my peripheral monitor. 50,000. 100,000. More. The evidence speaks for itself. My fingers rest lightly on the podium's edge. Mr. Peterson's actions constitute federal crimes. The room erupts with questions. I raise a hand, silencing them. Sarah stands to my right, a silent guardian. David monitors social media from the back. We've provided all documentation to the relevant authorities. My voice remains measured, controlled. Inside, my heart pounds against my ribs. But they'll never see it. Never know how much this costs me. A reporter from the Wall Street Journal stands. "Ms. Kim, what about the personal nature of this betrayal?" The question hangs in the air like smoke. I meet his eyes, unflinching. Business is always personal. The room buzzes with typing. I know they're already crafting their headlines. My phone vibrates in my pocket. Another message from Ashley, probably. She's been sending them all day. Begging. Pleading. Threatening. I ignore them all. Our focus now is moving forward. The words taste like ashes in my mouth. But I keep speaking. Keep performing. It's what Silicon Valley understands. A TechCrunch reporter raises her hand. "What about the company's future?" I allow myself a small smile. "Watch our stock price tomorrow." The room erupts again. I can almost taste their excitement. Their hunger for more drama. More blood in TH. Water. Sarah steps forward, ending the questions. I walk off stage, head high. In the green room, I finally exhale. David appears with his laptop. "It's working," he says. "The market's responding." I glance at his screen. Our stock is climbing. Investors are returning. The tide is turning. My phone buzzes again. This time it's different. A number I haven't seen in years. My father. I let it ring. Some bridges stay burned. Sarah enters with more papers. The board wants to meet. Of course they do. They smell blood too. But they don't know what's coming. Don't know about phase 3. I check my reflection in the mirror. Fix an invisible strand of hair. Adjust my power suit. The woman staring back is a stranger. Harder. Colder. Perfect. "Let's go," I tell Sarah. The boardroom awaits. 12 men in expensive suits. All thinking they control me. They have no idea. I enter like a queen taking her throne. Their faces show varying degrees of panic. Gentlemen, I say, sitting at the head of the table. Shall we begin? The next 2 hours are a dance. They demand explanations. I give them victories instead. Show them projections. Promises. Power. By the end, they're eating from my hand. Just as planned. Outside, the sun sets over Silicon Valley. The city lights begin to twinkle. Like stars. Like opportunities. Like revenge. My car arrives at the front entrance. Reporters still linger, hoping for more. I give them nothing. Slide into the back seat. Watch the world blur past. At home, silence greets me. Ashley's Tesla is finally gone. But there's a package at my door. Inside, a single champagne glass. Broken. A message from Mike. I smile at the amateur theatrics. Drop the pieces in the trash. My security system chimes. David's here. He brings dinner and updates. Mike's lawyers are scrambling. Ashley's lost 3 major sponsors. The SEC is expanding their investigation. We eat sushi at my kitchen island. Trading information like currency. Planning our next moves. The chess pieces are all in place. Tomorrow, we strike again. Harder. Deeper. Final. David leaves near midnight. I stand on my balcony. The wind carries whispers of victory. My phone lights up. A text from Sarah. It's done. 2 words that change everything. Phase 3 begins at dawn. I smile into the darkness. They thought yesterday was bad. They have no idea what's coming. The night wraps around me like armor. I am no longer the victim. No longer the betrayed. I am the reckoning. And Silicon Valley will never forget it. The stars above witness my silent promise. Tomorrow brings more war. More victory. More power. I am ready. I have always been ready. They just never saw me coming. Until it was too late. The wind whispers secrets. Carries promises. Bears witness to my transformation. I am no longer who I was. I am who I needed to become. And I'm just getting started. The night deepens. Silicon Valley sleeps. But I remain awake. Planning. Plotting. Preparing. For the final act. For the ultimate victory. For the perfect revenge. The darkness holds no fears for me now. I have become what I feared. What they created. What they deserve. Tomorrow dawns with new possibilities. New battles. New victories. I am ready. I am waiting. I am inevitable. Like the sunrise. Like justice. Like revenge. Dawn breaks over Silicon Valley with ruthless precision. My alarm chimes at exactly 5 a.m. Phase 3 begins now. I check my phone, 1 message from Sarah. Everything's in place. The morning unfolds like a carefully orchestrated symphony. I dress in Dior black, sleek as a blade. My heels echo through the empty house. Today, we end this. CNN plays quietly in my kitchen. Mike's arrest is still headline news. Ashley's downfall trends on every platform. But they're just the opening act. My coffee tastes like victory. Bitter. Strong. Perfect. David arrives at 6, carrying files. The board doesn't know what's coming. His smile is sharp as broken glass. We review the documents one last time. Evidence of the board's complicity. Their silent approval of Mike's actions. Their attempts to push me out. All carefully documented. All about to explode. Sarah joins us at 7. Her legal briefcase heavy with ammunition. The SEC is ready, she confirms. The press is standing by. Outside, the morning sun gilds Silicon Valley. Tech campuses gleam like false promises. I check the time. The board meeting starts in 2 hours. They think they're gathering to discuss damage control. They're wrong. So wrong. My phone buzzes, Ashley again. Please, we can fix this. I delete without reading further. Some things can't be fixed. Some betrayals run too deep. The drive to headquarters feels surreal. Streets I've traveled 1,000 times. Past startups and tech giants. All part of this ecosystem of betrayal. Security waves me through. They don't know they're letting in a storm. The lobby gleams with morning light. Employees scatter like leaves. Word of my arrival spreads fast. The elevator rises silently. Floor after floor of ambition. Greed. Lies. The boardroom doors loom ahead. Sarah and David flank me like guards. Inside, 12 men wait. All power suits and false confidence. Gentlemen, I say softly. The doors close behind us. Trap them in their own web. Shall we begin? I take my seat at the head. Power radiates from every movement. The chairman speaks first. Ms. Kim, about yesterday's events. I cut him off with a raised hand. No. The room falls silent. Today, we discuss your crimes. Confusion ripples through their faces. Then fear. Sweet, delicious fear. I nod to David. He distributes the files. 12 identical folders. 12 identical fates. Page 1, I direct them. The sound of papers rustling. Then silence. Dead S. Islands. As you can see, I continue. Your involvement was extensive. The chairman's face turns ashen. This is impossible. Nothing's impossible, I reply. Just expensive. Sarah steps forward. The SEC has copies. As does the FBI. And the press. Panic spreads like poison. They shuffle papers. Make excuses. Try to bargain. I remain silent. Let them squirm. Let them break. Finally, the chairman speaks. What do you want? My smile could cut diamond. Everything. The next hour is systematic destruction. I detail their crimes. Their cover-ups. Their betrayals. One by one, they crumble. Sign resignations. Transfer shares. Surrender power. By noon, it's done. The board is dissolved. The company is mine. Completely. Utterly. Finally. Outside, reporters gather. News spreads fast in Silicon Valley. I stand at my office window. Watch the chaos unfold below. Sarah handles the press release. David manages the stock fallout. I simply observe. My phone lights up. Messages flood in. Congratulations. Threats. Please. I ignore them all. The day passes in a blur. Meetings. Signatures. Power transfers. By sunset, it's official. I own everything. Control everything. AM everything. The evening news can't get enough. Tech CEO's stunning takeover. Silicon Valley power shift. Board secret crimes exposed. I watch from my office. The city lights flicker on. Like stars. Like victory. A knock at my door. David enters with champagne. To the Queen, he toasts. I raise my glass. Remember another glass. Another night. Another me. To revenge, I reply. The champagne tastes like triumph. Sweet. Sharp. Perfect. My phone buzzes one last time. Ashley's final message. You've become worse than us. I smile at the screen. She's right. I've become exactly what they made me. And I'm just getting started. Night falls over Silicon Valley. The city glows with secrets. With lies. With power. I stand at my window. Queen of all I survey. The game is over. I've won. But victory tastes different than I imagined. Colder. Harder. Better. Tomorrow brings new challenges. New battles. New victories. But tonight, I savor this moment. This perfect, crystalline moment. When everything changed. When I changed. When revenge became power. And power became me. The stars witness my triumph. Silicon Valley bows to its new queen. And somewhere, in the darkness, a champagne glass shatters. And